So I'm out here in Atlanta for InvestFest 2022. It's your boy Seven, and I'm super excited because this year I actually brought my team out here. So we came out from New York. It was a large group of us. I actually want to introduce you to something. Hold on. This is my brother Serge, big into real estate, just a serial entrepreneur. And what's one gem that you have for people from your field? You know, anything from beginner level to maybe more experience. What's one of the first things that come to mind?
Well, I just got into short-term rentals, Airbnb specifically. I like Airbnbs because they cash flow 2 to 3 times more than traditional rentals. So one big play is anybody gets started in short-term rentals, and you don't have to own the property to get into short-term rentals. So a lot of people don't know you can actually rent a property, furnish it, and then put it on Airbnb or some other short-term rental sites. So I think that's one big tip. Short-term rentals, you don't have to own it. The long-term way to win is through ownership, but to get started, to get a quick win, get right in, you can do arbitrage, get a couple wins, and then use that to start buying property, building generational wealth. So that's one quick play.
How do you finance that though? Do you use credit? Do you, like, what kind of cash do you need? You know, how do you go about getting OPM to get into short-term rentals?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple ways. The way I financed it, I saved up a little bit of money and I put the money into the plays, but you definitely could use business credit specifically to fund some of that stuff too. So I think I spoke about this play before, but what you do is you get business credit and you can liquidate the business credit using, like, there's a couple platforms that you can use to like liquidate the business credit, and then you can use the business credit to get started into real estate too. So there's a couple no money down plays that you can use to get into.
That's the play, other people's money, right? But you know, that's super dope, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
All right, so I'm here with my boy Noble, serial entrepreneur, you know, heavy into fitness, heavy into sports betting, heavy into stock market investing, has a podcast. Like, this guy is really just like that. You know, whatever like that is, that's this guy. You know, we out here like-minded, strengthening our relationships, strengthening our knowledge, doing all of these great things. What's like one gem that you would give, you know, either to a younger self or just a beginner in one of your industries? You know, you can actually talk about both of them. There's something that's inspired them to get started.
Okay, that's a good question. I would say that we live in a world right now where a lot of people are talking about niching down, find your passion, find that one thing that you're good at, and I believe that is very important, but you can be good at multiple things. You have unique skills and assets that are unique to you. So what you need to do is you got to harp and focus on one thing at a time, but you can do multiple things, because guess what? We got 24 hours in a day. But when you meticulously plan out your day, you can get everything in. So for an example, when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I get my devotion in. That's how I get my faith and my building and my support system in. Then after that, I go to the gym. That's how I get my fitness in. Then after that, I read my books. That's how I get my reading. Then after that, I do my trading for the day, and I'll do that from 9:30 to like 11 o'clock. Then after that, I'll go and start working on my another company. Like, we got so much time in one day to do so many different things that we just have to take a balanced approach to it, right? So what I would say to you is just look at what you're good at, write it all down, and just say, how can I monetize it? Because what comes natural to you is going to be tough for somebody else. Your duh is somebody else's aha. So what's like, yo, I do this naturally, like my boy Seven, he connects people naturally. He's got that. So because he's good at that, guess what? People are now going to hire him to do that because there's some introvert who's not good at that. You understand what I'm saying? I hate organizing stuff, so what I do, I hire somebody to organize stuff for me. But I'm good at stock, so I do that, and people hire me to teach them that. So that's what it is. Take what you're good at, find your duh, and apply it to somebody's aha, and then therefore just put a price tag on it.
Find your duh and
that's
apply it
it.
to someone's aha. That's a gem, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man.
You're the man. That was perfect.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's hard. He was just
like, what the fuck? The sound effect will go insane. He actually taught me how to sports bet, and I'm honored, and I will always give him, you know, just the glory in that regard, because I started with a $500 account, and just learning his strategies and the way that he sports bets and just moves in that market, right? I turned $500 into $30,000 in 2 weeks, right? You know, that's an achievement I'm proud of. Nothing to brag, but you know, I did that off of being introduced from my brother. You know, so what's like a gem that you would give somebody, you know, to get started?
Right here. All right, so a quick tip is just realize that these players are human too. So if you ever had an ACL sprain or a swollen ankle, don't expect your favorite player like LeBron or Jason Tatum to be perfect, because they're still hurt. They're playing on injuries. They're playing an 82-game season, so they're tired, they're hurt, fatigued. You got to use that to your advantage. You have to understand that these players are human just like us. They have emotions just like us. So if they in a family dispute or a cousin or a family member passed away or it's their birthday, realize that they're going to try to perform to the best of their capability on those certain situations and certain days. But that's one tip that I would give you guys.
That's perfect. That's the play. Sports betting is only going to get bigger. I can promise you guys that. It just became legal, and it's not even legal in every state yet. So, we early adopters to that, and I know it's something we're passionate about. We just love sports.
Don't go crazy, bro. This year, 2023, it's not even done. The halfway mark of 2022. By the start of January 1st, I will have a $50,000 account. I will. Speak it, positive affirmations. I will do it. Trust me.
That's dope. Now what I need you to do is take that number, write it down, but then what I need you to do is cross that number out and then double it.
Yep.
Right? Because you want to make sure that, you don't set your own limitations, because if you fight for them, you get to keep them. This is Liz. I just want to pick your brain. We talk about this all the time, and I know we're going to have our higher level conversation later, just reflecting on the weekend. But what is one of your biggest takeaways? This is your second time at InvestFest, and I know it's a lot. We've so much to absorb, but just glaring, and you can share more than one too. What are some things that really impacted you?
Yeah, no, I have to put the game out there, because everything that I've learned out here wouldn't have been something that I would have heard in daily conversations. These are not table talk conversations that we have, unfortunately, and that's why it's so important for us to be here, so that we can spread that knowledge when we get back home, put our brothers and sisters on, put our moms and aunties and cousins, everybody in our community, that we want to see them grow as much as we want to grow ourselves. And so this is my second time. Day 2 was amazing. I can't say more than that, because honestly, there's no money that you can put on the experience that we've had in the past 2 years. This is our second one, so it was amazing.
No, that's dope. That's really dope. And when I think about you and the word that describes you, the first thing that comes to mind every single time is never failing. It's really just hustle, because you make it happen somehow, some way. You're very familiar with working multiple jobs, to make it happen no matter what, by any means, against all odds. And that's something that inspires me. What's a gem that you would give either to your younger self or somebody that actually might see this, to get them started, whether it is in entrepreneurship or whether it is just getting through adversity? What's one gem that you would give them?
Keep going. I think that one of the things that you have to do is keep going, because Steve Harvey said it: do it once, then do it 10 times. After you do it 10 times, do it another 10 times. After you do it that 10 times, do it another 10 times. And don't get tired of doing it over and over and over again, because that hustle needs to stay in you. That drive, that investment, that fire, that motivation. If you're not waking up in the morning thinking about it, then that's not your hustle. You need to eat, sleep, drink, all of that. That needs to be in your mind all the time. That hustle, that motivation, that fire that ignites you to keep going and doing it over and over and over again, because you are going to reap the benefits out of it. So keep going, keep hustling, keep staying motivated, and inspire other people, because you'd be so surprised about what you're soaking in and how much it inspires you, and your drive inspiring other people. That is contagious. That's energy. It's positive. So keep going. Don't stop.
I'm here with my frat brother, Chris Jackson. Yo, to the good noobs, and we're out here at InvestFest, man. I know it's your first time, at this event. I'm so honored and excited to be a part of that journey.
Likewise.
For sure. I'm happy that I got to experience this with you. And I want to ask, because I know you do a lot of things, right? Back home, you're just a serial entrepreneur. You got a lot going on. There's never a dull day. Your day is pretty exciting, right? But from just this experience and just a gem that you can give to somebody that looks like us, maybe your younger self, what would that look like, especially after experiencing InvestFest?
Right. It's a lot I can give. I'll just say one thing. If you're not a person that I guess doesn't, don't really like to have the standard 9-to-5 life, there's just a lot of ways you can make money. One way I would say is freelancing, right? So right now I'm in brand marketing. Brand ambassador work. If people don't know, brand ambassador work are like pop-up events, concerts where people are representing a brand and basically working as an external source. Since I've had a lot of experience, now I'm able to work on the corporate side of things, event planning with my own company. So now I'm able to negotiate basically my rates and have other people represent the brand while I'm managing.
That's awesome. Would you say being in the brand ambassador space kind of equipped you for you to start your own thing?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it just it helped me to understand what is really, really important. It's the people you meet. And you know what I mean? Yeah, it's relationships. It really is. Because and every, I mean, you know, different workplaces, you know, it kind of is about like how much work you put in, with the results you have right there and then.
Yeah.
But brand ambassador stuff is not like that. It's more like, all right, do people like you? Your energy? Can you talk to people? You know what I'm saying? Do people get along with you?
Yeah.
And that's what's really important, the personality more than anything usually. Instead of like, oh, like this guy can sit down and do a lot of work and do what he has, you know, do what he's told, basically.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that'll be one gem. Freelancing, and it pays a lot more than a McDonald's job. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, that's a gem right there. Because people don't know what freelancing is.
Exactly.
They have no clue. So that's dope, man. I appreciate you.
Of course. And there's the app too. It's called Trust Heard. If you can download that, they have like a lot of different brand ambassador opportunities there where you can download the app. Companies come look for you.
So look at that. You guys got the play. For anybody that's interested in that lifestyle, run the play.
James never gives out the sauce. He's not giving out the sauce.
All right.
James never gives out the sauce.
We're going to see what's the vibes. What sauce?
James never gives out the
We're going to
sauce.
see the vibes. All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm here with my brother James, serial entrepreneur in e-commerce, marketing and public relationships, and in real estate. I know you have a lot of different businesses, bro, but I want you to give like just one piece of game, and you can pick any business that you want. Like, what's something that can help a beginner get started in one of your businesses?
I want to talk about credit. More importantly, business credit.
That's important. I like this.
So not a lot of people know about business credit, but business credit actually doesn't report to your personal credit report. So what do I mean by that? So if you were to have a $10,000 business credit card and you were to max it all out, it wouldn't affect your personal credit score, not even by 1 point. But if you were to get a personal credit card for $10,000, you max it out, your score is dropping tremendously. So what I do with business credit is that I leverage business credit to invest into assets such as real estate. So when you leverage credit that's not your own money, you can use that to buy assets. You can make money off those assets. Once those assets are cash producing, you can pay down your previous debt that you used on those business credit cards, and you essentially have a free cash flowing producing asset. So which is kind of crazy because do you like free assets? Like, I love free assets. And just to take it a step further, when you max out your business credit card, you invest in the asset and you pay it off, you get something called points. And those points can be leveraged for all types of things such as travel, hotels, car rentals. So not only are you acquiring free assets with business credit cards, you can leverage those points that you use to travel for free, to get free rentals, to get free hotel stays for you and your family. My name is James Luchtamar, and I'm out.
That was the play. You see? And it's so funny. It's so funny. No.
He finally gave a play.
Listen. This is what I say about
He didn't give a play. I have multiple different businesses, but one of the talks that I didn't think was going to speak to me that did was the recession proof.
Really?
Like the recession proof for me was like, yo, it got me thinking like, yo, like next year I wanted to get some multi-unit real estate. It kind of pushed me to be like, yo, like we got to get going on this faster. Like I got to get more units faster. I got to be able to, because I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And if God forbid something bad happens, I'm one of them, like us, this group are some of the most prepared people through that recession. So it kind of just motivated me to say, don't give yourself a date, just do it today.
Yeah, that's dope, man. You know, something that reminded me of like our village, and like, you know, how we're in different fraternities, but we come from the same area, but we have different ethnicities, whatever, but we still come together because we have that same vision. It reminded me just of like the power of a team, and one of the speakers or the group that was at VIP night with the Circle of CEOs, you know, and I realized, and I'm just observing, because 19 Keys mentioned, he said, in order to have high-level conversations, you need to have high-level observations. And that really stood out to me because that's how we operate, right? And we have those high-level conversations, and within our village, you know, the Circle of CEOs operate in that way, and that really inspired me to just like dive deeper in establishing and strengthening our relationship, because we have high-level conversations all the time. And our circle is like, you see how it grows a little bit and people are joining in, you know, and around us more, and that energy is contagious. How we talk about it, about having dinners and having masterminds and stuff like that, like that's the beginning of something like massive, especially for people that look like us where we come from, you know. So
Bro, it's a good team.
Hell yeah.
It's a good team. And you know, like nobody does it on their own, bro. Like none of the billionaires, Tyler Perry or anybody that got up there that has any level of success did it on their own. They might be the face, But realistically, like, bro, they have a whole team behind them. And honestly, if their whole team quit, a lot of these dudes wouldn't be as successful.
Oh no, you need a team.
So you need a good team.
You need a team. Yeah, nah. But yo, I
Happy
love you,
I
bro.
came, man. I love you more, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yo, next year, 2023.
Hey, I'm a lifetime member, bro. I'm gonna be here.
Oh, see, you spent that bag. Yeah.